Thank you so much and karibu sana for staying with us. Welcome back. My good name is Brian Sanko. You can call me Sanko if you want. And of course, this is hashtag Y in the morning. And if you don't know how to actually engage with us, Y254 channel on all our social media platforms. Now, in this conversation, we're delving into matters Gen Z, relationships, and celibacy. Now, I asked Google AI what it thinks about celibacy, and it said it's a state of staying unmarried and foregoing intimacy, most usually associated with religious persons to pursue a greater cause, but also basing off on what has happened between Robert Burale and ex-wife Rozinah. How far should celibacy be practiced? And if partners have been conjoined together in an institution called marriage rather, should they continue practicing celibacy? And also, on the sidelines, should your ex spill tea details about your intimacy of your past on a podcast? That and much more right here. And leo, nina watu wa nguvu sana. I'm going to engage John Odor, who's been quite a prominent face right here on this show, alongside James John, who is a journalist still. John Odor is also a journalist. Karibuni sana, happy end of the year. It's actually, by the way, around 80 days. Yeah. Less than 80 days for the show, for the year to end. We're close 2025 in style. Now, let me start off with you, John. What caught your attention before we delve into celibacy, relationship, na hizo wahala zote, about this explosive sit-downs for Robert Burale and Rozinah?
First and foremost, I didn't understand them because there's other things that when you do, they remain private in relationship. Either you like them or you don't like them, they should be private. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want you to react to the part where Rozinah said for the period, I think they were together for a year, yes, and yes, several maybe days, yeah, or month, yeah? Yes. She said allegedly they never did anything. But if you go back to Robert Burale, he's been consistent saying, yeah, amekuwa practice celibacy. But then the question is, these guys were conjoined together, walifanya harusi, hata wakaenda honeymoon kule South Africa, na mambo yalikuwa murwa. So, what could have happened? Do you believe as well that it is possible watu wakisha joinishwa katika ndoa na bado wanaendelea kufanya celibacy?
Supplements goes through a lot. So maybe he has a problem that we don't know, and he using celibacy to protect himself. Right. It's just as simple as that.
Okay, yeah. That's a good theory.
Because it's not normal for just a normal man to marry for 1 year and practice celibacy for 1 year.
But how believable is it as well for the lady who said it? I think there's a bit of question marks up. Yeah. I wish I'd love to hear from Robert Burale to respond. We
need to get
we need to have a part 2.
Part 2 story.
Yeah, what caught your attention, James?
Really, the amount of time the lady took just to come to open up such a critical, I can say, is a private thing.
Yeah, 13 years.
Yeah, 13 years a lot. Just come, ni kama kumharibia jina in some way.
Yeah.
I don't think ni kumharibia jina. Sometimes no, you don't understand these people. Maybe they are even cloud chasing. They'll never understand people, and sometimes things are not authentic.
What makes you believe they could be cloud chasing, bro?
People are not authentic. People are not authentic.
Is it because they are associated with the limelight? So their
maybe there's a point.
Of their story.
Maybe Robert Burale. There's a point where Robert Burale want to drive. I can practice celibacy. I can stay with a woman and still practice celibacy. Yeah.
So you want to start to wanajaribu kuweka hapa mastanti on social media. Yeah.
Like you have said, like celibacy is the state like you are not
staying unmarried and also foregoing intimacy.
He said like he's seen someone.
Yeah. But then I remember he said like he's practicing celibacy, but that doesn't mean that he's single. Yeah.
So
which is another question mark.
Is he married right now, Ama? Just dating.
And who is he saying, a male or a female? Because there's so many now allegations in there. Ama he's saying both here.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. It's a mystery. But also, I think your ndoa ilikuwa na mysteries, a lot of hidden mysteries, secrets, and now manipulation, so to say.
It's just a reflection of so many marriages. What is happening behind the curtains that we don't know.
So it's just one of those.
It's just one of those. But they just decided to open up.
All right, sure.
Yeah. Those things are happening.
When he was already in the marriage, was he celibate?
Yeah, he was celibate.
So I don't understand.
Because Robert Burale has not said it himself, but the wife, the ex, hey, atukue guzana hata, you know, because she said it was anticipated that, mkishajoinishwa pamoja katika ndoa, at least, the deal happens, yeah? Exactly. You're now at freedom to pursue
So I don't
it.
understand how the lady.
Actually,
Is it true?
My
Do
point
you
of view,
believe it's the truth?
At first,
Yeah.
I don't even understand Robert Burale.
Yeah,
I don't even understand what he advocates for. So it's very difficult to judge based on one side of the story. We need also to get story from the Robert Burale side.
Yeah. Which now is also a mystery because also Rozinah is blood sister too, Makideo, who runs the podcast. So, and I'll actually delve into a little bit of the reactions. But as we ponder on the reactions, if you were to typically throw that conversation to a Gen Z who, and I was just speaking to one of our camera ladies.
What about if
who was
Rozinah
telling me,
was using that podcast, that story, to market,
you know,
to
her
market
music career?
not even her music career, even to market the Mwakideo's podcast?
Yeah.
No, but it's already known podcast. There's
Anyways,
no way.
they're both prominent faces, at least in the Kenyan digital space. I want us to use the perspective of Gen Zs who can possibly get down that road of celibacy and should, especially partners who are already
Together.
yes, especially when you are shark or declared that you guys, at least mneza, can celibacy still be functional in an institution?
What's the definition of marriage?
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that you are married and you are practicing celibacy.
Maybe you're married for
There's something that is
companionship.
not right.
Yeah, that's a question mark, right?
There's something that is not right. What's the definition of a marriage? Let's start from there.
Maybe when you get that meaning.
There's no way you can tell us that you are practicing celibacy and at the
you're
same time you are married.
Yeah.
Because you must, lazima upe your partner haki yake.
lazima. Lazima.
So Burale, on the other side, he was waiting for Rozinah aende apati haki yake outside the marriage, right?
Yeah. So do you think there could be something
if you
he
listen
was
to the
hiding?
podcast,
Yeah.
if you listen to the podcast, how the lady talks about Burale, right?
Yeah.
She's saying like kwa simu yake and you could find some things which are nasty.
Yes.
So if
Nasty
the guy
stuff.
was searching some such things, do you
But also
mean
how
like
believable are those stories?
stories.
Yeah. Yeah,
So you
how
know-
believable. That's why I think we need another
How
Robert
authentic are
Burale.
those stories?
Yeah, but also Pierre, when somebody breaks up with you, there's that nastiness of like uliniacha, it never worked out. So you can literally say anything. Yeah, but let me just maybe read the feedback and then we can move to the Gen Z part.
Okay.
This is what Dr. Kingori said. You'll react to it, James, as well as John. Dr. Kingori says, I feel like Alex Makideo has set up Robert Burale. Moral of the story is men out there who are dating ladies with a brother, as you interact with your future ex-wife, make sure that the brother has no plans to start a podcast. Do you believe it's a setup to actually
it might
blow
be
up?
like he said,
Robert
it may
Burale's
be like
career.
it's maybe like a setup just to market the podcast.
From my side,
Or destroy him? Yeah.
if
Ruin him.
Rozinah wanted to open up, she could have used another podcast, not the brother's podcast. From that again, there's a lot of question marks.
But remember, Robert Burale was there, I think, several weeks before Rozinah was
before-
invited. Yeah. There's an episode Burale did, and he answered questions regarding
About,
to
intimacy.
In fact, he asked him, "Why did you leave my sister?"
But two wrongs doesn't make right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Robert Burale.
Yeah, but do you believe with this part that
He was
Kingori
not- he was
says
not that
he's
deep.
harboring some bitterness towards why the relationship never worked? Do you believe
Yeah,
that?
I think
I
so.
think so.
Because more than 10 years down the line, you're opening up
And you're
now, there
opening
must
up
be
now.
something.
The lady is how old? 50 years.
Yeah, she's clocked 50. She said it, yeah.
So yeah, she was 40 then when she was married, yeah?
Yeah.
Or 30, 38,
She
39.
said 36. Yeah.
36.
Yeah.
So you have waited for all those years just to come to open
14
up.
years down the line, you are
Open up.
opening
So
up
you,
now.
you must be bitter.
Some of
Or-
us, we are in primary. Just joining high school. We don't even care what happens.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But also, when it comes to like practicing real celibacy, because it's highly encouraged in religious circles, but also can a man
But
truly
after marriage,
Why
practice
do you marry
celibacy?
then?
Yeah.
but after marriage,
Yeah.
I
Wait,
think-
wait for the question. Can a man truly practice celibacy without 1,000% engaging with the opposite sex, or to make it worse, the same sex?
Okay.
Like going without
Just
intimacy.
a man or a married
A
man?
man. Yeah.
A man.
Yeah. Let's even say, for example, you individually. Could you just stay without, engaging intimately with another opposite sex?
It's normal, so obvious. Some of us, when you are chasing something great, you just want to connect to God, with God. You just want to do your thing. So sometimes we practice celibacy because maybe you want to pray for God to help you achieve what you want in life. You can practice it for 3 months, 4 months. even
2 days.
That's time limited.
But also,
but you can practice.
what you need to
Possible.
understand is the celibacy of fire could hold on to. Oh, it's 14
It's
days.
14 days,
Oh, it's a
nikimaliza
month.
hivi.
You know, oh yeah.
It's not about
Yeah.
holding on. It's about sometimes you just want to do your stuff. Sometimes you just want to be clean. Sometimes you want to clean your mind. So you are like, for this stuff, I want to chill for like
Yeah.
6 months.
6 months is a lot anyway.
Yes. Yes.
Hapo we ni monk tu sasa.
No.
But I feel like it's more of semen retention than celibacy. Sindio? I don't know if you're saying
at
it.
some
Yeah.
point, it will
Yeah.
come at some point that ushamaliza. So
Yeah.
your time ulikuwa umejiwekea imeisha. So you are free to
You
do what you
know,
want.
we have normal day for fasting, right? And we have people also who fast outside the normal routine.
Yeah.
Practicing celibacy is normal. I can decide, I want to practice this for maybe 7 months. As much as I'm struggling, because you're a human being, you must struggle with it.
Yeah.
But I want to practice it for 7 months. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
You can practice it as a choice ama umekosa option.
Yeah,
it's
option.
possible because
Option in town, see,
or maybe you're into something else.
Yeah,
Sindio?
right, yeah.
Hey, hapo basi ni ngori. But also, when you look at it, if a man chooses the path to celibacy,
Yeah.
are there maybe factors that could be surrounding maybe his, because there are a lot of people who are saying, probably Robert Burale, and in fact umesema, I'm gonna issue
Hakuna
and I
issue.
hide.
Yes.
Ama there's something, because the ex-wife anasema, alipata emails, communication, and then this explosive, indescribable video of the doing the do. Yeah. Is it possible you're celibate, but you're again poking into things from your past?
there were previous videos, maybe there were previous emails.
Why keep them there? Continue.
Other people keep data. So what you're waiting, what I'm waiting for is something from the Robert Burale side of the story.
Okay.
Yeah, if he will come out, he will tell us what happened. He must also be given chance to defend himself.
But I don't think at some point he'll react.
He
to
will
whatever.
react, yeah.
I don't think so, because you know Burale is a respected man. Like Venye amejiweka is a well respected man.
Right.
He cannot.
Actually,
he
some
cannot-
of us follow him a lot. Some of us, this story even surprise us. But from
And
the
you feel individually hurt on his behalf.
yes,
That's the interesting part. Unasikia kama umeumia on
we were
his
like, this is a
behalf,
good
yeah?
man.
Yes, the
Yeah.
good man,
Yeah,
Burale
this is-
Rozinah.
And he has a past, yeah?
Yes.
So he can be
Na
forgiven.
he
And
took
everybody.
like he said like his past already, like ashachukua, ashaikubali.
In fact, he confessed he was a porn
Yeah, yeah.
addict. He went to strip clubs. He did the hookups and everything. So,
Yeah,
in
so,
laundry, alcohol,
Like all those shenanigans alikubali,
Ashazi-
but
yeah,
ashazikubali.
But sasa this shocking ones of same-sex and whatever goes in a
But Brian,
yeah.
let me use Kiswahili and explain to you. Alikuwa too bitter, bro.
Oh, so you think she's a bitter
Yeah,
ex?
She's a bitter ex. The reason is very simple.
Yeah.
Ladies, I'm sorry, I don't want to use ladies. Some of our exes, if you don't involve into intimacy with them, they always feel that there must something you are chasing outside. It's normal. If today you are married and you are not practicing intimacy in your marriage, they will feel like there's something that's happening outside the marriage. So I think the ex is like, mbona hakuwa anafanya na mimi? Ama hakuwa ananipenda? You get such like questions. I think I'll struggle a lot kwa hiyo marriage.
Yeah.
Because unalala na mtu kibrathe for 1 year is not normal.
That's
So do you
interesting.
love the lady ama do you don't love
Also,
the
I
lady?
think it's about the
It's
connection.
not, it's not about loving.
I think it's about
Or it's
the
about
connection.
maybe like the lady said, you know, there could be some truth in it.
Yeah.
I don't know about maybe he was
I
attracted
think
to
it's a mysterious
Yeah,
thing.
it's
It's a
mysterious.
mysterious thing.
because
like
you cannot
we've
be
said,
with a lady, the lady
It's
that you
not
love.
normal.
Sleep in the same bed.
It's not
You married the lady, you love the lady, you're in the same bed.
In
And
fact, you would have come later.
Yeah.
Akakwama hapo nda.
you for a year.
But Brian, even you don't want to say this thing on the camera. There are a lot that is happening that you can say off the camera. There's this also prominent person who is marrying every now and then and having weddings after 3 or 2 years. You get? We know what is happening in the marriage. There is some rumors that we don't want to discuss. People are suffering in the marriages. Let's just be realistic. Men are suffering. Men, we have problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you believe Robert Burale's situation is just a typical of another James? It's just another typical, you know, what's going on in the normal day-to-day marriage household. Like, hata kuna, in fact, usishangae kuna the worst in happen in somebody's marriage. Yeah. Do you believe it could be one of those?
Yeah, it could be and could be not, because looking at the story, there's some mysteries that need to be, maybe from Burale himself, just to answer there are some many questions about why would you just be with the lady that you love and you are trying to practice intimacy, because the lady also has needs. Hiyo ni kawaida ya ndoa.
Feelings.
Yeah. Okay.
But sometimes maybe a little more after marriage, feelings is a kaisha.
Is it possible for a man to lose the spark for the lady?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, it's
and
possible,
it's normal.
It's possible, it's normal.
It's normal and it's possible. Maybe after.
But I think the fire goes on at least for the first
for the
6
first
months, and then
they are called the honeymoon.
Maybe there's something.
The honeymoon
maybe
month.
there's something that
Yeah.
always turns him off. You know, these things happen. You're like, to kumbe see the way.
Yeah. And also basing off on his past, you can Steve Claps did.
Yes.
Yeah. But also think he'll get the grace of being honest, because he's openly talked about those things. So I don't think the shame and the guilt is that massive, because there's a lot of people. In fact, today I was reading some of the reactions and vile watu wanamdefend wakisema hapana bwana, including the Atheist Society of Kenya. He's defending him akisema this is a legit man. So
you know, men, our weakness is always intimacy.
Yeah.
But if someone is coming out and saying, I stayed with this person for 1 year without involving intimacy, we are proud of him. Actually.
Interesting. Now, ukiangalia in the Kenyan relationship landscape for a typical Gen Z, is it possible kupatana na, because I think kuna TikTokers sijui unajita nani, is it Amore and the other guy when they are married, they're still below 25, I think, but they're, you know, at least, you know, you can definitely feel there's some fire brewing, But is it possible for Gen Zs to stay or date and completely entirely avoid getting intimate?
In the world of not possible.
Not possible.
What makes it not possible? Yeah.
Because the world is changing. Looking at the rate.
Why are you blaming the world for you?
That's why I told
No,
you,
this generation is just different.
But we are here discussing a marriage that ended up when I was just joining Form 1, because I think it was around 2013, 2012. 2012 I was in primary. So a lot has changed. The world, the internet, the social media.
What happened to the patience of?
I even looking at
let's praise the Lord together. Let's grow.
Let's
study the word. Let me study you. Courtship. Nowadays people meet on Saturday. The following Saturday washafanya arus.
It doesn't mean like if you just not be intimate or anything, just to avoid. You are not religious. Of course, you can believe in God and do the other things.
Okay. So there's compromising up. That's complacency. Yeah.
But
a typical Gen Z, can they withstand or bear the patience of like, if you're meeting, let's say, if you're meeting Sharon and you want to marry her in 2020, let's say 2026, and next year, maybe December, can you entirely just, John, stay from, right now we are in October, okay, November, December, January, February, until December of 2026, without nothing?
You understand the meaning ya kugongewa.
Exactly. In that type, you see, in that type of relationship, maybe umejitoa you are celibate, but
like ya kugongewa. But for us,
you never know.
You never know.
Unaambiwa kama sio unaonja.
But for Gen Z, the first 1 month utakuwa ushagongewa mara mingi sana. So,
tuseme maybe the other one amekazia.
So maybe nyi wote mkiagree, but it's not possible.
The reason why actually this story is out, because there is someone who is feeling she was not contented with what happened, right? That's why she's sharing this story. So even in Gen Z relationship, me, I can feel like it's normal. But what about your partner? You know, sometimes we do these things for the sake of our partners. Not to satisfy ourselves, to satisfy them also. Because they are human beings. Hormones,
feelings
are there, needs are there.
But so if you borrow from the holy book, Biblia inasema jitunze hadi wakati sasa utafunguliwa neti ndo uweze kula matunda ya uhuru. Why should you take the shortcut when the long route still has rewards?
Mostly it's about the influence from your peers.
It's not about the influence. It's not about the influence.
It's about the influence. Look at this. Look at this.
Okay.
Say you have some friends, you know, they are talking about how they have been with a lady, and you are there in a relationship and you have not even been intimate with the lady. Of course, utataka kusikia venye your friends walisikia.
So you have to go test the waters.
So that will.
But the holy book imesema jieke uwe mtakatifu hadi wakati
that's the holy book.
Utabarikiwa kukula matunda.
Like after umefanya makosa, you can repent and you'll be forgiven.
That's complacency.
Yeah.
I think
That's
it's
compromising.
just a personal decision.
Uh-huh.
It's just a personal. Nowadays, I don't believe in this thing we call influence, because we also have our own concerns that controls us.
Yeah.
So it's your own personal decision. Today, ukiona nikichoma police station, na wewe pia uende uchomi, that's your personal decision. Because our paths are totally different. We are tumelelewa under different conditions, under different circumstances. So there's things I value that you don't value. So it's not about the peer pressure and influence. It's just about the personal decision.
Yeah.
But the influence is there.
The
I
influence
can
is
tell
there.
you from experience.
The influence is there, but there's
Yeah.
lower percentage of influence. When I talk about the influence and peer pressure, I think I can just discuss it with the high schoolers, not the mature and grown-ups, people who knows what they want. High schoolers are the people we can say maybe they want to explore, they want to know.
Yeah, so
but when we are discussing about high schoolers, we don't discuss about marriage then. Yeah.
Okay.
The question was on Gen Z.
Yeah.
Gen Z mostly wako students in university.
You know when we talk about the
There's
intimacy,
also Gen Zs who finished.
when we talk about
Yeah.
intimacy, we don't talk about under 18. I assume that we don't talk about under 18.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we talk about over 18.
18 plus.
Yes, and 18 plus. we
In
assume
fact, 20 plus.
20
Yeah.
plus.
Someone who is 20 plus is out of high school. So this is someone who knows what is right and what is bad. And he knows what he wants for him or herself. You know.
Yeah. But also basing off on that, to digress a little bit to the back, the first information you heard about intimacy, I think, matters, because most of us had it from, our peers here. I think there's also a conversation on porn, yeah? The first time you landed on pornographic material, either somebody sneaked it accidentally, and it's happening in high school, so I think it's a very
lot in high
important
school,
conversation. You saw a video, somebody sneaked a phone, mkawa chapo hivyo, and from there, the images just grew in your head, and you went on. We've seen testimonies of how did you watch porn for the first time. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've seen men confess it was through an uncle,
Most-
an auntie, I saw a
Yes,
magazine on a
yes.
website, slipped and fell on it. Anyways, yeah, you're saying something.
Like about mostly Gen Z, how people come to such things ni ukiona kwa simu, ukiona kama like people in high school ndio wapate access to those things, maybe ameonyeshwa from a friend's phone ama from the person who is older. Mostly unaweza ona kwa family there's a brother who is maybe ako college, and there's another his brother ako tuseme class 8.
Yeah,
So
or an elder brother.
Yeah, an elder brother.
Or a sister pia.
Yeah, so the younger brother anaweza enda kwa simu yake, then he will find such things. Now, of course, akiziona atakuwa interested na to know more about.
Yeah.
So that curiosity, that nini ina drive up, unaenda hizo vitu zina stuck kwa kichwa.
Yeah, okay. Still on this this situation, your celibacy, for how long should you date a lady as a man before you decide to, unravel the fruits of pleasure? How long, approximately? Please usiniambia ati it depends. Usiniambia it depends with the partner.
As a Gen Z, it depends on how the conversation is going.
Please, Toa, it depends. Kukuwe tu na time frame.
And the tradition.
Kama ni 6 months, ni mwaka, tujue tu,
Hatungekuwa na hizi
you're
kamera
not asking for the fruits of pleasure. Eh?
Sometimes
Yeah.
we seduce, let me use that term, we seduce for different reasons. Yeah. So marriage is just an end product of the seduction and what goes.
So what is the essence of it then? Kama umekuwa ukihave pleasure and then now sasa una get married. So you've already gotten the reward. Election is happened, kitambo ushajua candidate.
Marriage is not all about celibacy.
About sex, yeah.
About sex and celibacy.
Yeah.
Marriage, there's a lot to marriage than celibacy and sex, because sex you can get outside here.
Oh.
They can get it easy.
But that's true. That's true in a man's perspective. Yeah. But I'm sure the ladies are like, these dudes, get them off TV very fast. But the thing is, what when traditionally they like going through that, program ya ndoa, unakuwa advice at least tulia at least hadi siku utavalisha pete ndio ufungue,
Sasa ungalia in this generation, how many people can you find when you anaweza vumilia that process?
I believe people in church are doing it.
Which church?
Which church?
Which church?
These churches that you're
Church,
seeing.
where-
That's
I'm
just
also
a
in
picture
church.
out. Hey.
You're also in church, but
Yes,
you're
I'm
not
also-
doing it.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I know my
Maybe
friends who
the
are in
priest.
church and they're not doing it.
So it means that we've fallen short of, let's say, virtues and values that we used to hold on to so
the
dear,
morals and the
especially from previous generations. So Gen Zs hawana patience.
Is-
Unamiti mtu leo na
kesho
si hata kesho mkono yake jana
So,
leo.
I don't like it
Uh-huh.
when people try to compare today's generation with an old generation. I
Yeah.
told you we are
It's
growing
very
up.
important.
We are growing up in a very
Yes.
different conditions, very different environment. So different than even what you call values are no longer values today. You get these young man who grows up maybe in early 1990s, and we are in 2022. What they used to value maybe that's remained constant, I think, is just going to church. A lot are changing. Kitambo, I used to kuambiwa ati kitambo kuna hata watu hawangeenda church na trouser. Nowadays, jana
Yeah,
church,
the ladies wangeenda church na
na
trouser.
trouser.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
true.
Yes. Nowadays ukienda church na trouser, wewe umepiga loop, unafika unaomba Mungu wako, and then you go home, you get. So the things are changing, and we must also accept and embrace the change. Yeah.
Okay. What do you make of this?
Yes, the same thing. Like comparing the past now, the sahi vitu vimechange a lot of change. Looking at kama platforms like TikTok, wakiangalia hapo, even anyone who has access to the phone.
Yeah.
Seko, you want Gen Z to marry and to value marriage. Na kitambo mtu alikuwa na identify them, that's in Luo culture, anakuja anabebewa, akishaleta huyo dem kwao hataenda tena, you get.
Yeah.
Kuna aibu, hataki kurudi kwao, lazima atafanya nini? Ataoleka. Hata kama kuna tough conditions ama nini atastay there.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
Nani anaogopa kuwa baby mama?
But also, there was this thing, marriage bamba mafala. If at all marriage in a bamba mafala, then how are you going to get inspiration to stay in this marriage? Is it because you have wait, nimaliza question. Is it because we have a bad demonstration and representation from the people we value who are famous that showcase marriage is the worst thing? Ama it's because we come from a place where marriage never worked and we were never inspired to get into marriage?
No, you see, a situation like hiyo kama hiyo sini TikTok alikuwa anasema hivyo TikTok.
That is wrong.
Na already people wako hapo kwa comment section wakisema true nini. So ukiona mtu kama huyo already ako na big following. So the influence na how he puts the information out here already is kama ka msichana maybe ako 23, 24 na ako almost hiyo age ya koleo, akisi such message na people are supporting it, already atajeka ile mentality ya marriage yenyewe ubamba mafala.
But Brian, before we judge even, nilijaribu ku-get situation yake about their family, because someone like me, who I'm from a solid family, yenye watu wamevalue marriage, siwezi kuja kwanza kuambia watu marriage bamba mafala, because I've seen it working. You get, even if mine is not working, doesn't mean that hizo za watu zingine hazi work. Marriages are working there. Actually, the lady is a product of marriage. So I was like, unatolea marriage bamba mafala na you are a product.
Parents are product
of marriage.
They are them.
Okay.
They are them, him. It's, it's an ontology prefixes.
Yes.
Him, they,
Yes.
others, yes. Non-binary.
So I was like, marriage is working. Kuna za watu zenye zimework perfectly. Actually, around 90-80% of us who are in this studio, we are product of marriages.
Yeah. Functional marriage.
Hata kama zili fail, but we are product of marriages.
Yeah.
So there's no...
At
some point zili work. Usijikuje utuambie because uko na some level of freedom, kidogo unakuja kuambia watu wenye wako kwa marriage ati marriage bamba mafala, and later on we start explaining to us. We don't want that explanation. Some of us...
So you feel like it's more like an agenda, or it comes from a place of trauma? Marriage bamba mafala.
I was like, ama there's something that is not working for her. You get, maybe mtu amejaribu kwa marriage na ijawaka. So
it's trauma.
So she was like,
and pain,
maybe
heartbreak.
She's from an heartbreak, so
sure.
Strong heartbreak.
And because she has a platform of influence, whatever she says, people buy it.
So she feels the comfort, like people.
And then also nowadays, social media imefanya even fools wanakaa wise. You get, si kila mtu anasema that person is wise. Hapana, social media imepea kila mtu platform. Actually, a fool can just wake up in the morning and say anything because akona followers. People will feel like, is
that the downside of social media?
Yes.
And I was actually watching the W77%, the Edith Kimani alikuwa na debunk ilikuwa between authentic journalism and influencers who are disseminating information. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's a good debate here. But because we are out of time, I want to actually hear from you. How far is too far when it comes to an ex opening up about your intimacy details? Should they go into a public platform and start revealing some of the shortcomings of the man? Because usually, like you've said, in fact, in Uhuru umesema, men, our weakest link is intimacy. So how far is too far when your ex is speaking up akienda ku reveal the dirty nitty-gritties that never worked up? Limit inafaa ifike wapi?
Number one, I always feel when someone is opening up, ni kama kuna kitu amekuwa akishikilia for long. So when I open up, it let that thing go. Because there will be no second round in atakuja kuongelea that story.
Okay.
Asha open up, the social media, may blow, people are like, oh, this is what is happening. After 1 month, it will be gone, people will move on. But I always feel, Brian, if you are dating someone, there's other stuffs, hata zikifanyika, you should not open up about. They're like, that's past, let's close that chapter, let's bury the chapter, and we move on. Because there's someone...
Maybe it's part of your healing for you to talk about it.
Then talk
So
it
that you educate.
privately.
Then talk it privately with a
Oh, so you
therapist,
rather-
or
Yeah.
talk it immediately, because now it's 13 years down the line.
Yeah.
Kuna watu
So
wenye-
don't go on a public platform
Yeah.
to
And
get the
if
dirty
you go,
laundry.
if you go on a public
Okay.
platform, go on a public platform immediately.
Okay.
Watu wajue,
After the breakup.
After the breakup, watu wa close that chapter. You know, you are opening another chapter, a dirty chapter.
Yeah.
Almost
That's
13 years
13
down the
years
line.
down the
Why
line.
open a dirty chapter 13 years down
dude
the
has
line?
moved on.
Nimechange,
Cleaned up his laundry
Yes.
and he has a clean slate and
Yes. I
now
have
he's
a new
valued
friend,
in
people
society.
value me. Yeah.
Okay. So in short, would you agree that Rozinah has ruined Robert Burale's reputation?
I don't want to use ruin,
It's not ruined, but...
but it was not right. He has not
It was
ruined,
not right.
but it was
Not
not
ruined.
right.
Okay.
Yes.
So what I feel is like
We are out
people
of
should
time, so
normalize.
keep it short.
Okay. People should normalize that taking contract. Like ukiingia kwa relationship or even marriage, take a contract.
Sign an NDA.
Yeah, no non-disclosure anything about your private life. Vitu za
Then that's
kitanda
a
zika-
prenup.
Yeah.
Definitely unajua hii ndoa haita
Yes.
last.
But Brian, me, I always advise people nowadays. Even me, when I'll be ready to settle down.
Oh, I thought you had settled.
I know Brenda is wondering.
I thought you've been in marriage, bro, for
When you are
10
ready,
years
you're not
plus.
ready yet.
So,
Look at me turning it on you. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'll marry my best friend.
Okay.
I'll marry my best friend.
Period. Period. So, social media, very first.
Okay, you can find me on X and LinkedIn at James John, and also on Twitter, or not Twitter, on Instagram and TikTok at JKid.
Yeah, John.
John Odhiambo, all social media
Everywhere.
platforms.
So, thank you so much and good to have you guys here. I think this conversation is endless, but thank you. What have you learned? How far is too far when it comes to practicing celibacy? And can celibacy still be prolonged in marriage? Are you practicing celibacy? I hear they're saying it's overrated. Please let us know. On our question of the day, we are asking you, is celibacy overrated? Ni poa publicize your bedroom affairs, that and much more. Kule katika mitandao ya kijamii at Y254 channel, at Brian Sako 101. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow bright and early. I with my co-star Stephanie Ayeta, James if he'll be there, and me, of course, yours truly, Brian Sako. Have a fantastic Monday.